touch. Last but not the least, give the pot a stir. See what will occur. Sleeping Beauty and the Beast. Never be ashamed if you hear your name. Hold your head up high, 'cause you signify it's a kind of fame. Tale as old as time, tale as old as time. Just like all the jokes, just like all the jokes. Flying back and forth, like they say up north. There's nought as strange as ghosts. Now our story starts. You can take your seats. Please turn off your phone, or we'll send you home. Sleeping Beauty and the Beast. Now let's meet the cast. Here they are at last. Sleeping Beauty and the
What shall we watch tonight, Nutella? Something a bit raunchy? Game of Thrones? Ooh, Sex and the City. Oh no, the Antiques Roadshow.
Ooh, I do love a bit of naughty marmite. What about you, Bovril? Anything take your fancy?
Oh, well, there is a states meeting on at 9 o'clock if you fancy a little bit of fictitious nonsense.
Oh, fab! Is it on cable?
The shopping channel? You can get anything on there these days.
Oh, come here, lovely Malkin. Say meow to all the girls and boys. This is Malkin. He's magical.
That's my sister Nutella. She's very sweet, but totally nuts.
And that's my sister Marmite. You either love her or you hate her.
And that's my sister Bovril. She's a bit of a cow.
We're all named after brown stuff you can spread.
No prizes for guessing the name of our brother.
Oh, what shall we watch then, ladies?
This so much rubbish in the pot these days.
Same old faces saying the same old things. Why is there no variety?
There's more surprises in the reading timetable, isn't there, Malkin?
Now there's a work of fiction, if ever I saw one.
Wouldn't it be good if we could mix things up a bit? Say, the Magnificent Seven Dwarfs.
No, where are we going to get 7 little cowboy outfits?
On Alderney? Well, there's Tugby's. Jimmy Walker. Oh, Tickle Pink.
No, she didn't mean that kind of cowboy outfit. What about mashing up the glass slipper with Dumbo? We could call it Cinderellafant.
That's a really big slipper. No, I was thinking of shaking up one of the classics. Sleeping Beauty always sent me to sleep.
Well, it is a bedtime story, dear. But really, what kind of woman passes out after getting pricked?
It must have been one hell of a prick.
No, not really. But size isn't everything it's said.
Well, mostly by men.
So, let's put Beauty in the pot.
Right, now to mix it up with something else to put new spin on old wheel. What do you suggest?
What about Sleeping Beauty and the 3 bears? Who's been sleeping in my bed?
Those are sheep.
Oh.
Besides, Goldilocks has them under contract. No, we need to think of the toy box.
Carry on, Sleeping Beauty. Barbara Winter's not doing much since she left Queen Vic.
Oh, we need to have something a little bit more up to date. It is the 20th century after all.
Sleeping Beauty and the American president. After all, who doesn't enjoy the occasional Trump in bed?
No.
How about Sleeping Beauty and Mark Darby?
Why?
Well, they're both as dozy as each other, aren't they?
No.
50 Shades of Sleeping Beauty. If that don't wake her up, nothing will.
Ooh. What was that?
Something fell into the pot.
Where's the cat? Oh, Malkin!
What's he doing in there?
He's landed on her head. I think he's knocked her out.
Surely that can't be Sleeping Beauty.
But it must be. But something's not right. Come, sisters, we have work to do. Little town is a quiet village, every day like the one before. Little town full of little people, waking up to say, Bonjour, good day, hello. There goes the baker, he's been up since midnight. He slaves away while we're in bed.
And he sleeps a day away while the rest of us make hay.
Oh, there must be better ways to make some bread. And here is Bugsy with his fishy fingers. He really thinks he's something special.
my white stuff doesn't come for free. And here is Squeaky, he's the window cleaner, who knows what he has heard and seen.
But he never says a word of what he's seen and heard. So it must be said that Squeaky's clean. He really is so squeaky clean, 'cause everyone is cleaning up dirty.
Well, you are back at last.
Of course, Father. How far can a girl go on this tiny island?
All the way if the local lads have anything to say about it.
Oh, Father, you know I have no time for the local boys. I'm saving myself for Mr. Right.
Ah, yes, just like your dear Aunt Dilla. Let's go inside, shall we? But you know, you set your sights too high, my dear. I mean, all these books you bring home, they're full of handsome heroes and princes. In reality, Alderney is full of Benfields and Coshrings.
One day my prince will come, Father. I just know it.
Well, perhaps that's him now with his glass slipper. Or a whole boatload of suitors, each bearing some random item of footwear.
Now you're talking cobblers. Oh, you.
Yes, it is I, Flash. I was just passing by and thought I would come and pay my respects. I shot this blue puffin on Longy Common for you earlier.
A blue puffin? Don't you know they're endangered species?
Ha! Not anymore. I have it on good authority from Nature Boy that is the last one.
Well, Flash. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Leaving?
I'm sorry.
I said I was just leaving. I have to return these books.
But, well, you've just brought them home. Sit down, Flash. Perhaps my unmarried daughter will bring us some tea.
Tea? You have no ale. Tea is for sissies and nincompoops.
I quite agree. Earl Grey or peppermint? Let me recommend the latter. It will quite take your breath away.
We'll have no truck with strong spirits in this house, Flash. Strong spirits were the undoing of my late wife.
I didn't realise she had died.
Well, she hasn't. But she went to the pub last week and hasn't been seen since.
What are these books anyway? Silly romances, no doubt. Oh. Her Heart's Desire. True Love's Kiss. And what's this? 50 Shades of...
How did that get in there?
Make the tea bell. So tell us, Flash. What news do you have?
There is only one subject on the lips of the great unwashed professor.
Not young Billy LaPull, our winning sports personality of the year.
Let me guess. Does it begin with an F and end with an H and rhyme with Flash?
As a matter of fact, no. It begins with a B, and it ends with a T, and it rhymes with beast.
Beast? What on earth has Ian Oldhouse been up to now?
No, this is far worse. A creature has been spotted at Longy. Huge, with feral eyes and glaring countenance. It nearly bit someone's head off.
Sounds like Nigel Dippo.
You may mock Belle, but I have seen what it did to the woodnut's little piglets. It gave little out a whole new meaning.
But this is terrible news. What are we to do?
Eat lamb?
The states have leapt into action. There is to be an emergency meeting.
Good. When?
Sometime in July. First, they have to pay for an overpriced consultant. Then there's risk assessments, health and safety, method statements.
But we can't wait until July. What if this thing attacks a grockle?
You're right. We can afford to lose a few locals, but God help us if the blow-ins blow off. There'll be a hell of a stink.
Fear not. There is one amongst us who has decided to stand up and be counted.
Not a maths genius, then.
I'll give you a clue. His name begins with an F and ends with an H.
Fish, our fearless local constable.
Come on, Belle, you're being a tease. What else begins with an F and ends with an H?
Filth.
How about the French?
That begins with a T.
Good idea, Belle. You can be mother.
It's quite strong. I gave your bags an extra squeeze.
Hit the pause, Lieutenant. Now, here we have a familiar scene. Flash here is the local Lothario.
A man so far up himself, he can even see the back of his own teeth. Belle has managed to repel his advances, which has only served to stiffen his resolve.
He is here to expose himself in the hope of Belle ending her resistance.
But Belle has repeatedly poured scorn over his ambitions.
And hot tea over his fingers.
Nicely put. But what about the professor?
Ah, Professor Preference. A man of infinite invention. Oh, he discovered milk punch one Sunday while seeking a hangover cure for his wife.
Oh, the late Mrs. Preference, who missed every rehearsal.
And then there's the beautiful Belle herself, dreamer.
Schemer.
And flashword light too.
Oh, that's enough of that.
We will have to see how the story runs its course.
You know, watching that teapot has quite put me in mood.
Oh, yes. A nice cup of tea.
No, I was thinking of something else.
Carry on, Nutella.
What are you doing? That's my favourite hand.
Oh, don't be embarrassed, Flash. Happens to me all the time. So you were saying about the beast and filth.
Oh, it is I, Flash. I have put my life on the line. My head in the noose and my hat in the ring.
Don't mention the bacon slicer.
This night, I shall go into the forest, deep, to hunt down the beast and bring you its head. Then, once proven my worth, I will demand your hand.
What about the rest of her?
You assume too much. It will take more than a little head to win my heart.
And by all accounts, it is a very large head, filled with very sharp teeth. But it will not stop an arrow, because these are the steadiest hands on the island. And my aim is true. First the beast, and then your priest.
Uh-oh. Up in the club, just woke up, doing my own little thing. You decided to dip, now you want to trip, 'cause another brother noticed me. I'm up on him, he up on me, don't pay him any attention. Never cried my tears, it's 3 good years, you can't be mad at me. 'Cause if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. If you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. Don't be mad when you see that he wanted. 'Cause if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it.
My Malkin! He wants to murder my Malkin!
Oh, we could always fish him out.
We cannot! That would be like taking the Michael out of Barnes! No! The story must run its course!
But there must be something we can do.
Well, we could add to the recipe. Mother always said that the best bean jars were potluck.
Yes, but even she didn't put a cat in with the haricot.
True, but she wasn't averse to adding a bit of spice.
Well, while we're at it, how about a little bit of maritime flavour?
Yes, we can call it a fairy tale!
Ooh, weekend on Captain's boat. Now you're talking.
Oh, go girls, let's find out
Blush.
Savior of the universe.
Blush.
He'll shoot every one of us.
The Beast of Alderney has struck again. Local poultry owner Joe Barton Lee has lost 3 ducks, 2 peacocks, and a Jack Russell Terrier to a mysterious creature which continues to terrorize the community.
He's an idiot.
Blush.
This man is impossible. He'd shoot any one of us. Outstand any one of us. He'll kill with a mighty hand. Every man, every woman, every child is a mighty flash.
Aim ahoy on the starboard bow, Captain!
The starboard bow. Remind me again, Master Mariner. Which side is that?
That would be the right side, Captain. Stage right.
So, that's the island of Alderney. I see people just. They're staring at us with strange slack-jawed expressions on their faces.
I'll be at the hour, Captain. They'll have sunk a couple of pints by now.
I doubt a couple of pints to get me that sozzled.
Ah, they only drink gin in Alderney, Captain.
Captain! How much longer must we endure this turbulence? We haven't stopped tossing since Weymouth.
Welcome on deck, Prince Gorgeous. Seymour Spume at your service. It sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy in the downstairs department.
You can drop the title while we're at sea, Captain.
Very well. Gorgeous. Perhaps you and your manservant.
Nob.
I beg your pardon.
Nob, that's his name. After his mother.
I know mother before her. I come from a long line of knobs. Sorry, Bob, blame fluid. I come from a long line of knobs. My father was called Ed.
The girls are going to love you in Alderney.
I'm sure he'll fit in. So, Prince Gorgeous, I trust this stormy weather hasn't dampened your ardour.
It's dampened everything. My feet are drenched. My socks are soggy. Even my ears are ringing.
And, the princess. How is she in the hammock?
I beg your pardon. Oh, I see. She sleeps, even in that horrid device. Nothing awakens her from her eternal sleep.
And if she doesn't waken up soon, she will wither and die.
And I will lose my darling. That is why I must travel to that dreadful isle. Captain, may I borrow your...
Certainly, but be careful.
People of Alderney are very small. But their women are beautiful. One in particular, standing on the harbour's edge.
That will be Rita. My first. And last.
They say she has the gift of longevity.
I've no complaints. So, Gorgeous, what awaits thee on such a barren isle that you would brave these stormy seas to find it?
Hope.
Stephen or Liz?
Hope for a cure.
There is an individual there with great intellect and wisdom.
Not Stephen, then.
A professor of chemistry who left the university under a bit of a cloud.
Was there a scandal?
No, there's a fire, but it left his reputation in tatters. And he did what all people who fail miserably in the real world do.
He came to Alderney.
Bringing his arcane knowledge with him.
I think I've heard of him. Professor Preference.
Yes, that is he. Only the professor has the power to help the dreadful transformation of which assails my dearest when she awakens.
What happens to her?
It's too awful to contemplate.
Yeah, I've woken up with a few like that.
But soft! What light through yonder window breaks?
It is a lamp, guiding our way from these storm-tossed seas to a safe harbour. I see a slender and beautiful woman, and she is waving, as if to beckon us onward.
Helmsman, steer us towards that light.
Are you sure, Captain? It could be the wreckers.
That nonsense. The BDCC may waive the rules, but they'll never rule the waves. To the light, Master Mariner.
You look just like Justin Bieber. You have Prince William's smile. Your eyes are as dark as that bloke's in Poldark, and you sing like Harry Styles. Your nose is a cute little button. Your lips are as juicy as fruit. Your teeth are like pearls, and all of the girls think your dimples are so very cute. Because you're gorgeous, I'd do anything for you. 'Cause you're Prince Gorgeous, I know you'll get me through. Because you're gorgeous, I'd do anything for you. 'Cause you're Prince Gorgeous, I know you'll get me through.
This storm, is there no end to it?
Oh, come away from that window, Belle. You can clean it tomorrow.
There's no harm in doing a few chores after hours, Father. What's the worst that can happen?
That's a good point. I mean, what are the chances of some fool out there mistaking you for a guiding light?
Master Mariner, I'm going down.
It's neither the time nor the place, Captain.
Crabs! Just remembered, I can't swim.
If only your own mother were so conscientious, Belle. You know, I gave her some brass just last week to clean the cutlery, and the knives are still as dull as a Guernsey donkey.
That's because she drank it.
Oh, that would explain our shiny new chamber pot. Help me with this, would you, Belle?
What is it, Father?
Well, the local farmer, Mr. Cox, has asked me to devise a means of fertilizing his cows in the absence of a bull. Now, I've modified this turkey baster for the process.
Ingenious. What will you call them?
Well, I thought I might name it after the local farmer, Cox. But on second thoughts... Looks like rain.
Flash will never find the beast in this storm. It will go to ground and wait it out in a cave. Freezing.
It will be starving by then. God help the Alderney cows.
The WI! Do you think it will target them?
I think it will go after anyone unfortunate enough to cross its path without fear or favour. It had a go at Barbara Benfield just last week. If she hadn't used that pensioner as a human shield.
Oh, it's too awful to contemplate. Poor Barbara.
Flash loves you, Belle. Why can't you return his love?
Because there is another that Flash loves even more than he loves me.
What? Who can this creature be?
I will give you a clue. It begins with an F and ends with an H.
Ah, yes. He is a little vain and self-centered.
A little? He makes the president look like a shrinking violet.
He is a man with much to prove. Ambitious and ruthless, he would cast all aside who would stand between him and his dreams of ultimate domination.
I agree, but that's enough about the president.
Yes.
Flash could never be tied down. All of the girls say he has no staying power. That's how he got the name.
You won't always have the luxury of youth, Belle. Time is ticking. And it isn't going backwards like one of Ray Parkin's clocks.
Then I will be chased like a spinster of the parish.
Be careful you aren't caught like some of them.
Enough of this banter, Father. Tomorrow, I will go down to the beach to see what the storm has uncovered. Who knows what the tide will bring in?
sheep who have gone astray. Ba, ba, ba. Witches at cauldrons, wolves at the door, cats in the cradle and tigers that roar. Oh, what a pity the ram's such a bore. Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, will you stop doing that, Blackberry?
Don't try to fit in, for goodness sake.
Yes, Barry. Try and be more like the rest of us.
Quack!
Oh, for goodness sake.
Now you're being ridiculous.
Yeah, you're acting quackers. Get it? I say, Barbara, spot on. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, Barbara, a joke. It's a small one, carefully calibrated to be forgotten in trash.
Thank you, Barbara. I just saw my moment and seized it. I don't know what came over me. Steady, Barbara.
Yes, Barbara. Calm thoughts, dear. Try counting sheep.
Steady, Barbara. Heaven forbid you should stand out from the crowd.
Is Blackberry talking to me, Barbara?
I'm not sure, Barbara, but he used your name.
But my name's Barbara. Barbara, 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 Barbara.
Enough! You've got to shut the flock up.
That could have been phrased a little better. Charming, Mr. Charming, Barbara.
Delightful, Barbara. Don't you agree, Barbara?
Wholeheartedly, Barbara.
Look at you. Like birds of a feather, all flocking together.
Oh, is Blackberry allowed to say that, Barbara?
What did you get for your GCSEs? Oh, let me guess. 3 U's.
I don't get it. Don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, of course you don't, because you're stupid. You'll probably come to you in a few days' time.
What makes you so special, Rambo?
Certainly not your haircut. You should have gone to Norman, the barber.
I can't touch my hair. I was shown this way.
Oh, stop your bleating. Oh, that was a new one.
I didn't even see his lips move.
Maybe he didn't use his lips.
Wait a minute. That wasn't me.
Are you sure? Well, you can't pull the wool over our eyes.
Do it again, but this time make it really blood-curdling.
Yes. I want to jump right out of my fleece.
Out there, it won't know which one of us to go for.
Unless it's the ram, and then it goes for all of us.
Whatever it wasn't a ram. Oh, let me in.
Not such a maverick now, are you?
Yeah, where are all your airy pretensions now, eh? You're looking very sheepish.
We've got to get the flock out of here.
See seriously, Barry, if you use the F word again, you'll be in cheap dick.
Don't you mean deep?
There, ladies, hustle! Wait a minute. It just came to me. 3 U's. That's a good one.
Poor little lambs who have lost our way. Ba, ba, ba. We are little white sheep who have gone astray. Ba, ba, ba.
Who's there? I said, who's there?
A shipwrecked sailor!
A shipwrecked sailor who?
Well, a shipwrecked sailor who needs my attentions.
Don't get it.
Oh, you poor man, are you injured?
I took a bump to the head, but thankfully, it isn't a vital organ.
Let me see. Oh, I may have to tear up my petticoats to make a dressing.
That sounds like a very interesting salad. But really, I think I'll be alright. Ouch!
Just as I suspected, you haven't broken your crown, but it is badly dented.
Don't be silly. I left my crown at home, in the throne room.
Of course you did. Along with your sceptre and golden ball.
Actually, they're called orbs, and I only have the one.
You and Adolf Hitler. I think that knock on the head has made you a little confused, sailor boy. Why don't you lie back and rest your barnacles?
If only my manservant were here. I'm missing Nob.
Well, now you sound like my mother.
I'm a little woozy and confused. What's your name, fair maiden?
My name is Belle.
Perhaps that accounts for the ringing in my ears.
Oh, I could give you another reason for your impertinence. And what is your name, pray tell?
I am gorgeous.
Modest as well as misguided. You're not bad, but you're no Steve Phelan.
Who's there?
It's coming from this trunk. Someone's inside it knocking.
Then let's get those knockers out, madam.
You're asking for a slap, sailor.
Stand back. We'll break it open with my sword.
Why don't we simply flip the catch?
No! Captain Spew! Mr. Mariner! I thought you'd gone down!
It's not what you think.
He's my first mate, Master Mariner.
I'm your only mate. None of the crew can stand him.
But what were you doing in that trunk?
When the ship hit the reef, the crew took lifeboats. We had a choice between this or a mate west.
So, you went for the big chest.
Well, we thought about it, but in the end we decided on the trunk.
And the princess? What became of her?
Well, she was below decks in a private chamber, Your Grace. We tried to reach for her, but the water just rushed in too quickly.
We barely made it out alive.
Wait. Your Grace. So you really are a prince.
I am Prince Gorgeous of Guernsey. A land far away from here, where my father, Gavin the Grabber, rules as king.
Guernsey? I've never heard of it. We went to Baru once, which is very nice, if you like puffins.
Oh, all right. Bit stringy in my opinion.
We heard that in Alderney there's a man who could sort out my darling.
Coal fluid.
She has been bedridden for the past year after she was bit by a mad dog. It's wrought awful changes to her physique.
What kind of changes?
Hair sprouts from her body, but in all the wrong places.
Oh, for goodness sake, buy her a lady shave.
And then, once a month, she becomes this slavering nightmare, snapping at those who love her and tearing at her clothes.
Nah, it's a girl thing, okay?
During the full moon, we had to confine her to bed and keep her sedated. We feed her through a straw.
And she takes it lying down.
What's the name of this professor?
Professor Preference.
Look, he's my father. I could take you to him.
What's the matter? The sea has taken her from me. Perhaps it's for the best.
All is not lost. You survived the storm, but perhaps she did too. We'll search the shoreline to see what we can find.
You are kind, as well as lovely. I think the princess would have liked you.
A fair maiden. And she's weeping.
Could she have encountered our quarry?
She is showing all the signs of a quarry encounter. Uncontrollable weeping, dripping hair, and an inappropriate state of undress.
Well, what should we do?
There is only one cure. A double vodka Red Bull and a filthy burger from Noreen's van.
Well, I've got a sausage in my pocket and it's nice and warm.
Oh, that explains a lot. I thought you were just pleased to see me.
Come no closer, I beg you. If you value your lives, do not approach me.
My, what could a pretty thing like you do to a pair of full-trousered individuals like us?
As I recall, Pratt, your trousers are not as full as they once were. Are you hungry? My friend here has some leftovers from his morning fry-up. A sausage he is eager to palm off.
Oh, and a couple of poached eggs if you fancy, but they're a bit fluffy.
Gentlemen, I'm appealing to you.
You most certainly are.
Flee for your lives. I am doomed. And I won't be held responsible for my actions.
You're not Norma Paris, are you?
Sausage, did you say?
Yes, from my cox at the farm shop.
You can't beat his meat.
Is it blood sausage? I have a sudden craving for blood. Sausage?
Actually, it's one of Justin's creations. It's pulled venison with some sun-dried tomatoes and some hint of Earl Grey tea.
No wonder you didn't eat it.
Venison is very dear to me.
Well, yes. Always a popular choice at Christmas. I shot one off the vicar's roof. Just last month. Huge, big red nose. I couldn't miss, really.
Give it!
My, what big teeth you suddenly have.
All the better to eat you with.
Oh, wrong fairy tale, madam. I think you'll find that one belongs to Little Red Riding Hood.
No, I'm sure that's the Three Bears.
No, that's Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed.
No, that's definitely EastEnders.
Bless you.
That wasn't her, that came from stage right.
Are you sure? Maybe she can throw her voice, like Louis Jean. I've often heard him talking out of his. Pratt, pass me an arrow.
Oh, wait a minute.
What's that?
A marrow.
What on earth am I going to do with that?
I have no idea, but you asked me to bring some marrow, so I bought 3.
Arrows, you pinnock! To shoot the beast with!
Sausage!
Oh, for goodness sake!
Hold it right there! I don't remember anything about marrows and sausages. Who put them in?
I did. Bovril said we needed the iron.
Yeah, but I meant the flat iron to iron out your wrinkly pasty monks.
You put them in to protect the cat, didn't you?
Nutella, what have you been doing? Have you been fiddling with the recipes behind our backs again?
I only wanted to add a bit of flavour. I found sausage under Marmite's bed.
That wasn't a sausage.
And what about the marrow? Where did you get that from?
The queen of the witches. sandwiches.
Corrie?
She had some freshly stuffed and baked. She gave me 3.
Oh, and how is Flash supposed to kill the beast with them?
He could poison it.
Natalia, you've really thrown a spanner in the works this time, haven't you?
Actually, it were a screwdriver. It slipped in when I was trying to open the sausage.
All right, enough. Now, is there anything else in the pot which we don't know about?
Well, apart from turkey baster and perhaps hairy eggs.
Yes.
No. Well, maybe.
No. Oh, I give up. Get on with it.
There! Look! 2 glaring eyes.
Not leaf fluid then.
It's coming our way. I can smell its feral breath from here.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Stage
Pratt, I'd like to say it's been a pleasure knowing you, but I'd be lying.
Why? Thank you, Flash.
You're the kind of idiot who brings a pork pie to a bar mitzvah or a marrow to a safari.
My sixth sense tells me you're not very pleased.
In other circumstances, Pratt, I would use this marrow to show you exactly how displeased I am. Since when did we have wolves in Alderney?
Haven't you met the lawyers from Fablink?
What happened to Hairy Mary?
Oh, she ran off in that direction. Shall we give chase?
Not until we get some arrows.
Oh, and some of those really lovely pickled courgettes. Red, scrummy.
Pratt, is that your real name? Or do people just call you that? Right, I'm gasping for a beer. I don't know about you lot. You all are really thirsty. You're buying. So come on, let's go. You can go back soon. You can go while you're drinking. This place I'm pacing round till you're home, safe and sound. Very well, be back soon. You can tell where danger's lurking. Do not forget this tune. Be back soon.
How could we forget? How could we let our dear old classmates worry? We love them so we'll come back here in such a great big hurry. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio, we'll be back soon. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio,
We'll be back soon. So long, very well, pip pip cheerio. We'll be back soon.
Down there.
What?
there in the pot.
Oh, Malkin's having a lovely time playing with local wildlife. Did you see what he did with them sheep?
Well, I don't think it was a little bit dippy, a little bit rough with that dippy one.
Oh, they were only pulling a leg.
Completely off?
What about that woman he possessed? What will become of her?
The story will run its course, and she will be returned to her natural state.
Which seems to be one of inebriation. Judging by the effect it's having on Malkin.
Who's got the jockey bickies?
Well, who's always got the chocky bickies?
There's a single hobnob left. I'll split it with you. I'll have the hob, and as you are obviously gagging for it, you two can have the other bit.
Oh, well, half the knob is better than no knob at all, I suppose. Shall we get on with it?
Oh, let's.
Your tale is a fascinating one, Prince Gorgeous. Tell us again how the princess came to be so altered.
Darling was out riding one evening when she was set upon by what we can only assume was a mad dog.
I don't think mad dog's ever been to Guernsey. It's hard enough to get him out of the coronation.
We didn't really notice it at first, but little things gave it away. Her secret stash of dog biscuits, cocking her leg in the throne room, and it's rumoured that she's caught dragging her backside across the royal shag pile. It's monogrammed. Very expensive.
Yes, yes, I think we get the picture.
It was a smear campaign. But it left a stain on the family's name.
My father thought best to confine her until a cure could be found. I have been searching these past 3 years until I heard of you, Professor Preference.
You must love her very much.
Yes, we're as close as any brother and sister can be.
Welcome to Alderney.
But I thought...
What exactly did you hear?
That you're a man. That you're a man. That you're a man not afraid to take risks. A maverick.
What's a maverick?
I think he's a cowboy who gambles.
Ah, got him banged to rights there then.
I'm not proud of some of the things I did. I was young and curious, and I did not consider the consequences of my actions.
A bit like Alex Snowden.
When I first came to Alderney, I kept my head down until I got the lay of the land.
That's no way to talk of a fine woman. Your mother's got a big heart, Belle.
When Belle came along, it changed me. I swore I would not go back to my old ways, the reckless experiments, tampering with the forces of nature.
Try telling that to ARE.
I realise that I'm asking you to break a vow, but for the sake of my sister, I must. If she isn't cured and returned to Guernsey, I'll be in the doghouse.
Well, at least you'll have some company.
You have my sympathies, Prince Gorgeous, but these days I only make hangover cures for the locals. Undemanding work, but it's made me a very wealthy man.
Oh, but Father, how can you deny the prince in his hour of need? May I call you gorgeous?
Of course. Any time after 10 a.m. Here's my card.
They say that true love's kiss is the only cure for the sleeping sickness. But I fear that the only cure for lycanthropy is a silver arrow.
My sister is not a dartboard.
Silver arrow? Isn't that a bit extreme?
It is. First, the creature must be shot through the heart, its head removed and its vital organs thrown into a fire.
Then she will be cured?
No, then she will be dead.
I won't allow it. There must be another way. Surely.
Don't call him Shirley.
I can think of only one other thing. But it is madness and would risk all of our lives.
We are willing to take that risk. We? Who among you will join us? Step forward and be counted.
I ain't got a wedding to perform. I don't think I can keep Dix and Alan waiting any longer.
And I have to go and see the doctor about my liver.
Why? Is it yellow? I will help you, gorgeous.
Belle!
Don't try to sway me, Father. I've waited my entire life for an adventure like those in my precious books. It's time to face reality. My body is yours. Do with it what you will.
You've read 50 Shades.
I may have flipped through it a couple of times.
When this is all over, we have some talking to do.
Then it would seem I have no choice. If Belle is so determined, I must join you also. Gentlemen, Belle, gather around. There is much to discuss.
What? From that dirty old ram? Well, he should have his bits.
No, I mean that post-traumatic stress disorder. Drama victims relive their experiences time and time again. It's like being an afternoon matinee.
Oh no, we've done 3 nights of this. What are we going to do?
I don't know, but the shepherd seems to. He's tethered her over there in that patch of mint. And I don't think it's because he wants her breath to be fresh.
Not this time, anyway.
You don't think she's for the chop?
What, the lamb chop, you mean? I wouldn't be surprised. The whole ordeal has put years on her.
Oh, bless her. Lamb dressed as mutton. Maybe we should change her name to Lady Barbara.
And Barbara, you're really getting the hang of this joke thing. You should have been on stage making people laugh.
Never mind, eh?
She needs to unwind. We could try cheering her up. They say a good joke is like a tonic.
But always better with gin.
There you go again, Barbara. It's like being on stage with Bonnie Candle.
Yeah, except we've remembered our words. No, sorry, Ronnie, we didn't mean that.
Sorry, Ronnie. Really sorry.
Go on, Ronnie.
Can we have the lights back, please, Ronnie?
I don't think so.
Please?
What's the word?
Please?
What's that?
Oh, looks like a tatty old bit of bandage.
Where did Barbara go?
I don't know, but you know when I said she needed to unwind?
Yeah.
I think she's taken me literally. Oh, don't look!
It's horrible.
I'm going to bath.
She's been butchered!
What could have done such a thing?
Certainly not John Cotterell. It's too neat.
She's been torn limb from limb.
She's totally legless.
Yes, she always liked to tipple.
Shepherd will be upset. I know he had an earmark for something special this weekend. I'm sure he mentioned dinner.
He always had a soft spot for Barbara. He used to call her his little channel jumper.
She won't be doing much jumping now. Although she might manage a roll.
Do you think we should call the ambulance?
Don't you mean the ambulance?
Not now, Barbara. It's time for levity.
Maybe we should end the scene on a somber note out of respect. Curtains, please.
We are poor little lambs who have lost our way. Baba.
It looks like it's curtains for Barbara.
I
check we haven't overloaded ourselves with vegetables of mass destruction.
Yes, Flash, I have to admit the marrows were a bit half-baked.
Right. 2 stout bows made of you.
Made of me? I'd rather hope they were made of wood, old chap.
Oh, yes. Rather like your head, Pratt. Right. Next. A quiver full of... Let me give you a clue. They're often confused by half-wits for marrows.
Gotcha. Courgettes.
Close enough. What have you got in your knapsack?
My lunch. Oh, and a screwdriver? I don't know how that got in there.
A screwdriver? Heaven forbid you lose any more, Pratt. Right, let us set forth. We have a beast to dispatch.
Flash, wait!
Ah, Belle. So you have come to wave the white hanky. Fear not my weeping wife-to-be. I shall return with the head of a beast.
No change there, then.
Flash, we have devised a cunning plan concerning the beast, but to carry it out, we need men with grit.
Oh, try the gravel works. James Clark's your man.
A cunning plan, you say? Ha! Does it involve me in various heroic postures?
We just need you to shoot them. If you want to go about it standing on your head, that is entirely up to you.
Them? Did you say them?
Shut up, Rat! Stop asking silly questions! Wait a minute. Did you say them?
There are 2 beasts, Flash. What might be an escaped tiger and a wolf with an identity crisis.
And we have sent Prince Gorgeous and his manservant Nob into the forest to set a trap.
Gorgeous? Nob? What kind of silly names are those?
There are sillier names, Pratt. One in particular springs to mind.
Go on, do tell.
Is it Thankful Thornborough? Could be.
We need you and your friend to charge your arrows with these.
You want me to baste them to death?
The fluid inside is a highly potent sleeping potion. I have converted them to be used as arrowheads.
So you're telling me you want me to put them to sleep?
No, Flash, it's what they say to people about animals. Mumsy in my head had my pet gerbil put to sleep.
No, Pratt. We actually want you to put one of them to sleep. The wolf is a princess.
We need to knock them out and cage them until such time as I can find a cure.
A princess, you say?
Yes.
Does this princess, perchance, wear polka dot pyjamas and have a penchant for pork?
Oh, like the girl we met by the seashore, Hairy Mary, all contrary.
That sounds like her. How did she seem to you?
Angry. Rather bristling, in fact. And, she was hungry for sausage.
My kind of gal.
Take us. We may yet save the day.
Right on the islands, can't see a thing. The local navies are starting to swing. We get so hungry for something to eat. Some carbohydrates and a nice piece of meat.
Ah, success should grace the bags and the nets.
Well done, Nob. Is it the wolf or the cat?
Really not sure.
Let me out of here! This is an outrage!
What do you reckon?
By the smell of it, I think it's the cat. There is an intoxicating whiff of hot blood and mulled wine.
We better check it isn't Robert McDowell.
Release me! Release me!
That isn't Robert.
Quickly, Nob! Release the poor lady!
Am I still dreaming?
If you are, we're hardly the people to ask.
You look parched, madam. Here, have some of this.
Is it strong spirits? I will not touch strong spirits. Never again.
It's water, madam, filtered from the finest Longy Bay. Chew it slowly.
Madam, who are you and who dressed you? John Gollop?
I don't remember anything, except I was asleep in the doorway and a cat landed on my head. I just don't know what happened then, but I wandered, lost and confused, my mind haunted by strangest dreams of carnage and sheep.
Well, you're lucky not to have encountered the beast that's been playing on the local flock.
Oh no, I left him in the divers with Flea and Big Tim. They offered to forklift me home, but I decided to stagger. My husband wouldn't like it if I were forked by a docker.
And who is your husband?
Oh, he is Professor Preference, and I have treated him ill. Oh, all those wasted years I have wasted getting wasted.
We know him. It was him that sent us here to set this trap.
And his daughter, your daughter, the brave and noble Belle.
Well, yes, she is both those things. And she's stubborn and headstrong and infuriating.
And beautiful.
Well, yes, and beautiful. I do believe she's quite affected you.
Yeah, I think you'd like to get into her.
Careful.
Good book. She's an avid reader, apparently.
Yes, that is true. It is true. She is such a dreamer. And she often says, "Someday my prince will come."
I live in hope.
What is that mournful sound?
Well, it's either a stag party in Alderney or a party in Sark.
The wolf, my sister. She is still at large.
Your sister is a wolf.
It's a long story. There's no time to explain. Nob, stand by and set the trap. We must hide, madam.
My naughty little mouser, you are returned to me in one piece.
Which is more than can be said for those bloody sheep.
Language, Marmite!
I meant it literally, dear. Who directed this panto anyway? Quentin Tarantino?
It's nature, red in tooth and claw, Marmite. Survival of the fittest. Have you never been to a WI jumble sale?
No! Not since they changed their name to Women's Institute. No! I much preferred them when they were the old WI.
Oh, yes, Witches Incorporated. Had much more of a ring to it.
In my grandmother's day, it were Council of Witches, or cows. Alderney had its own herd.
I think our work here is nearly done.
Well, as soon as that arrow strikes the wolf, it will be over. And the prince will ask for Belle's hand.
And the professor will get back together with his wife.
And Flash will marry Brat.
What?
I don't think our work here is quite done yet.
Oops.
Pratt, I'm going to ask you for another arrow. Pray you have not bought me a quiver of cucumbers.
No, Flash, you cannot kill her. Use this.
Just pass me the damn thing.
floating out on the tide, following the river of death downstream. Oh, is it a dream? There's a fog along the horizon, a strange glow in the sky. Nobody seems to know where you go, and what does it mean? Oh, is it a dream? Bright eyes, burning like fire. Bright eyes, how can you close and fade? The light that burns
Professor Preference, I trust you and your wife are well today.
Well, Mrs. Preference's health has greatly improved since taking the cure. But the cat, I fear, which possessed her, has left her with some very strange habits.
What do you mean, strange habits?
Well, she'll only drink milk from a saucer, and this morning she spat at the postman.
Well, can you blame her? Have you seen the way they park?
Still, at least the house is free from mice.
My sister is much the same, I see. How is Belle?
She is not the person you once knew. Watch out!
Oh my God! When did she turn into Angela Merkel?
Last night, by the light of the silvery moon, I barely had time to get her into the cage before she could do too much damage.
Do you mean she could have torn even you into shreds?
Not just that. They have no idea how to use a litter tray.
But what kind of curse is this that turns an innocent young girl into a hairy, belligerent stranger?
Some call it adolescence. But none of the usual cures for that particular malady seem to have any effect.
Have you tried decaffeinated drinks?
Or a cold shower?
HRT.
I've tried everything. I even hid the PlayStation. No, this is beyond mere science. I actually had considered having them exorcised.
You think a good walk would help?
Exorcised by a priest.
Oh, that's a good idea. They could have matching dog collars.
The professor is talking about exorcism, a religious rite which cleanses the body of unholy spirits.
In much the same way as my celebrated hangover cure. I don't suppose Mrs. Preference will be need... I don't suppose Mrs. Preference will be needing this much longer. Oh, the irony. To lose a daughter and find a lost wife.
Oh, there, Professor. Don't overact.
You mean don't overreact?
No, I don't.
Perhaps we should leave the professor to his experimenting.
Professor, I need my litter tray.
Coming, my little kitten.
We can't leave it like this. I want a happy ending.
Don't we all, dear?
What about true love's kiss? She's a werewolf, dear. It would be like kissing one of us. He'd get his head bitten off for being lippy.
I wouldn't worry too much about the happy ending. These things aren't always obvious to the untrained eye.
What do you mean?
You know something, don't you?
No. Well, maybe.
That's exactly what you said the last time I asked you when you stuck anything else in the pot.
You'd better tell us what it was, Nutella.
No, right. It was one of your wigs. The really scruffy one. The one you stole from John Horton, who made it from his dog, Ike.
What on earth would you do putting a wig in the pot?
You'll have to wait and see. These things are a bit like jokes, only told backwards.
Now you've really lost me. I'm going to pot.
True, yeah. Right, let me demonstrate. Who's there?
Knock, knock. Professor! The captain sent me over to tell the prince that our boat leaves on the next tide. Oh my God! There's two of them. Oh, what a lovely pair of puppies! Vicious brutes, isn't they? Oh, but look, your water bowl's empty. That can't be helping your mood, can it? Look, it's a bit of a funny colour. I wonder if it's been through Paul Rose's system. Oh well, you're beasts. You lick your own backsides. Bit of dirty water isn't going to do any harm, is it? There you go. Professor!
Jumped out of my basket.
You really must learn to control your feline impulses, my dear. You've ruined those curtains.
How else am I to get on top of the wardrobe?
It sounded like the beasts had escaped, but they're still in their cage. Hello?
Oh, what is it, dear?
The ladies are transformed. Our daughter is returned to us.
Oh, praise be. Oh, and the princess too.
Professor, we heard a commotion. What's happening?
Well, see for yourself, Captain. The ladies are reformed.
Wow, I'll be blown.
In your dreams?
Wait a minute. Somebody's been here. This flask was full only moments ago.
That was me. They looked a bit thirsty, so I gave them some water.
But that isn't water. That's my old hangover medicine.
Well, that's it. The hair of the dog. It must have cured them.
Where am I?
You're with me. The curse has been broken, and you have been returned to me.
Return? Do you think this stuff will work for a reading?
I had the most terrible dream. But I remember a handsome man and some arrows.
Ooh, you're very kind, you Madge.
Sorry, Frat. That would be taking credibility a little too far. Madame, I am Flash.
Ah!
It's the first time for her.
Father?
Well, at last, my family is returned to me.
Oh, and Mother is here too. Is it kicking out time?
Well, my days of binge drinking are behind me now. From now on, I'm strictly a gold-topped girl.
Talking of gold tops, I wonder if you would do me the honour.
How is she going to keep that on her finger?
I don't know what to say.
Well, then say yes, Belle. It's everything you've ever dreamed of. A life away from this provincial place and a home in Guernsey.
They may even give you a work permit.
Then my answer is yes.
Our marriage will unite our two islands.
Hooray!
Yep. Alderney and Guernsey will become one bailiwick.
Hooray!
Where all are treated equally.
Hooray!
In the sight of the law.
Hooray!
Well, after all, it is a fairy tale.